All right, so good morning. We are going to be looking at the third part of the Endangered Species Project. This is where you get to decide whether or not you're going to be making a brochure or a website. Either way you decide to choose, there's two different options, and I explain both of them in this particular module. When you're clicking through to decide which option you want, I would suggest looking at both, see which one you think might best lend itself to helping people learn about your species, but also see what your creative interests are. If you like doing stuff more on the web, then maybe that's the way to go. If you like stuff doing things more on paper, then it might be better to do the brochure. If you decide to do the brochure, that's what this is going to be about. So option one, this is under Endangered Species Project Part 3. This is when you're actually using the information that you researched from Part 2 to make the brochure. At this point, you're going to download the template, all right, which is right here. I'm going to open it up in a different screen. And what you have here is an example of the template. Here is, what a template is just giving you a rough overview or a rough draft of the different things that you need to include for this project. You don't by any means have to use this template. It's something that's only meant to be acting as a guide. But if you want to do this on your own and design it in a way that is useful for you, you can do that too. First and foremost, one of the most important things to do is to put your species common name and scientific name, as well as your name, block, and date at the bottom. Now, each of these boxes can be moved around depending on how you want to emphasize certain things in different places. But you do need to include pretty much all the information on your Part 2 of the worksheet is going to be on this sheet in some place. The goal is to really have a full project and a full brochure that you can really explain to anyone who doesn't know anything about this species. The blue boxes on this page and on this page are just placeholders for putting pictures. You don't necessarily have to put the types of pictures that I talk about there, but you do need to have 4 pictures on your page, on either side of the brochure total. You do need to put titles wherever you can. So I have a couple titles here, whether it's talking about conservation or life history. If you're talking about the species habitat, where it lives and its range, or what its lifespan is, make sure you indicate that on there. Remember, you want to try and make it easy for whoever is looking at your brochure to understand what they're looking at. One of the useful things about Publisher is that you can really easily move the size of the text box and move the entire text box itself. So you can, if you're not clicked on a text box, if you hover over it, it turns into this 4-directional arrow, and you can click on the text box itself. Now I can actually click on the inside and I can edit this. If I wanted to change the text, I can do all sorts of things with changing the font, changing the color. I can even change the background of the text, background of the text box. I can also grab this entire thing. If I grab one of these boxes, I can adjust the size of the box. All right, now if you see that, little red dots pop up, and that shows that all the text that's in here is not showing up in there. So I'm going to go ahead and reverse this back to where it was, but that's just something to look at that I can help you with. Also, you can move this whole box. So if you wanted to rearrange these tiles, you can move it off to the side. All right, you can say, oh, I want to actually have my picture be up here, and I want to put my information about lifespan down here. And so you can drag and drop those things around once you kind of have this template to work with. So those are just a few options. I'll be coming around helping you guys more, but make sure you include at minimum all the information that you have on your worksheet, and also remember to cite your sources on the last part of the page. Thank you.